Great lap. Thanks, Steve. Now we can go racing. The drivers are on their warm-up lap and are behind the Toyota Camry safety car. Starting on pole today is the Red Zone Performance Acura TSX of Hartanto.
Starting on the outside of row 1 is the BTM Motorworks BMW 328 Ti of Andy Chittum.
Inside row 2 is Pete Bovenberg in the MBO Motorsports Honda Civic.
Outside row 2 is Curt Simmons in the Stevens Creek Dodge SRT4.
Inside row 3 is Michael McCulloughan in the Racing Beat Mazda RX-8.
Outside row 3 is the team of Paul Coe and Tommy Lowe in the Midnight Performance Acura Integra.
Inside row 4 is Tom Milburn in the Speedy Motorsports Acura Integra.
Outside row 4 is Vince Parker in the Mini Mania Mini Cooper S.
Inside row 5 is Gordon Punn in the Speedy Motorsports Honda Civic.
Outside row 5 is the team of Tony Mack and Matt Young in the Acura Integra.
Inside row 6 is the team of R.J. Reeves and Nicky Tam in the Accutech Racing Acura Integra.
And finally, we have Ken Kurtz in the Pontiac Firebird, who's doing developmental work for the 2010 GT class in USTCC.
Ready for that green flag any second now.
And look at that, Hartanto gets an awesome launch. Gets by Chittum. Beats Chittum to active start. It's not something you see very often. Chittum's usually fantastic at the drag races. Awesome job by Hartanto.
Well, and if you look at it from a different angle, also Curt Simmons has got a great start there. He bolts right up there with Hartanto.
You're right, Loretto. I mean, look at it. Look at Simmons. He's out there trying to pass Chittum for second, all the way from, fourth, I think it was when he started. And look at that now. Just after a few turns, we have Andrie first, Chittum second, Simmons third, and Bovenberg in fourth. And already that front pack of four has built up quite a big lead over the second pack, led by the Paul Coe and Tommy Lowe Acura Integra Midnight Performance car.
Steve, take a look at this race. I mean, you can already see there's a division. There's four in the lead, and then there's the pack in the back, and it looks like the four in the lead are pretty much ex-champions, all except for, who is that?
Andy. And out of these four, well, let's see. We have Andrie, who's leading the points right now. Andy, who hasn't won a race yet, who stands out, but he sure drives like a champion. And then you have Bovenberg and Simmons, who are both co-champions from 2007, I believe, wasn't it?
Yep.
And so out of these four, you got these four in the top, and then you have a whole big group in the back that are all fighting amongst themselves, who are mostly rookies.
Except for Michael.
Except for McCulloughan. But these guys are out there, most of them are rookies, and they're really fighting for the second championship, which is the Duplicolor Top Rookie Award. So it's actually quite a scene here, but these four guys are just driving in a whole different world. These guys are just pulling away and setting fast lap after fast lap.
Wow, Steve, this is just a great race. You see four of the best guys up front just really pulling it off, and it's so hard to tell what is the difference between them.
What's amazing, what's even more amazing here is you have such a wide variety of cars. Andrie, in his TSX, is running a 2.4-liter four-cylinder front-wheel drive. Behind them, you have Andy, who's running a 2.8-cylinder, six-cylinder in that BMW rear-wheel drive. Behind him, you have a 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder in the Dodge SRT4. So, and then behind that, Bovenberg's running a normally aspirated, I believe he's running his version of the B18 motor is 1.9-liter this weekend. But that just goes to show what a wide variety of engines and combinations you have. Some of these cars are heavier, some of them are lighter. Bovenberg's probably got the least horsepower, but it also has the lightest car. So
it really makes a difference who the driver is, I guess.
Yeah, and Simmons' car has probably the most horsepower in the series, but he's also at the heaviest. So Simmons has an edge in the straightaways, where the BMW is really good in some of the tighter sections.
What is your favorite type of car to drive in something like this?
Well, Thunderhill is a horsepower track, so it really does favor cars like Simmons' Dodge. Those cars are actually, you have long straightaway. I believe the front straightaway here is like 3/4 of a mile long, so you can get going pretty fast, and you can really use the draft to your advantage too. But these guys cannot draft because they're too far apart. When you're looking at these guys, there's just a little too far distance between them to draft. Now, here we are on board Simmons now, and see Simmons is actually starting to inch up to Andrie's car, the black BMW. But he needs to get closer to Andy's rear bumper in order to draft and make a pass.
How close do you have to be?
Oh, you have to be like, a few inches at least to just get the advantage, but this is just too far away. And even though Simmons has the horsepower, you see Andrie pulls away a little bit exiting the turns because Simmons has car's front-wheel drive. It just can't put the power down to the ground, so he has to pause a little bit until he gets on the gas so he can put the power down. By that time, Andy's got an advantage, and then he's gone. So, it's, as you notice, they pull away, then he catches up. Each car has a little bit of an advantage here and there, and that's what makes this so exciting, because it really depends on what happens and who does what.
Wow, you see Simmons, he's going through the gravel. He's just chasing. He is going on a roll there. Oh, wow, that doesn't sound good. What's going on here? That can't be good.
Yeah, he's just pushing the car too hard. The car just can't take it, basically. He's got too much horsepower for that front-wheel drive chassis. And now, BMW, for example, like Andy's car in front, he's had, rear drive chassis, much better setup, so you can see he gained a ton of space.
It's going to be hard to catch up.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the rear drive.
Speaking of rear-wheel drive, there's McCulligan. He's right there in the middle of the two packs, all by himself.
McCulligan's driving that Idemitsu RX-8. Did you know that Idemitsu Oil is the largest oil lubricant manufacturer in Japan?
Actually, I did not know that, but I do know that they've been around since 1911. Did you know that?
Wow, you're pretty good. You're doing your homework. I missed that meeting, I think. Well, McCulligan's there all by himself, in between the two packs. McCulligan's one of those guys who really is so close to taking that next step and getting on the podium and just being up there with the top four guys. He certainly has the car, he has the ability. He just needs a little bit more experience, probably.
Now look at this. Look at this. This is a good race happening right here. They may not be first, but they are really.
This is probably the best battle on the track now.
Must be because they have a Cooper.
Vince Parker in that Cooper, your favorite car, against Paul Coe in that black Midnight Performance Acura Integra.